You remember last week's live broadcast when I showed you that vegan tetrazzini my family was loving so much? Yeah, that was really good. I made it again, and this time I turned on the camera so I could show you how I put it together. Now, I've made vegan tetrazzini before. I shot a video for it a year ago. I called it Vegan Soy Curls Tetrazzini. Really good. That one was done on the stovetop. This version's even lazier. Yeah, I should call this lazy daily recipes. Let's start by getting a large pot of water hot on the stove for cooking the pasta, and then move to making the seasoned breadcrumbs. Here I've just got 4 slices of whole wheat bread, that was tired, ready to go anyways, ready to be thrown in the freezer for something else. And I've added a 4th teaspoon of salt, a 4th teaspoon of pepper, 2 teaspoons of dried parsley. That's my favorite part. Be sure to spill some on the counter or it won't taste good, I promise. You got to spill food on the counter or the recipe will not turn out. And then 1 teaspoon of onion granules. Oh, and 2 teaspoons of nutritional yeast, or what us plant-based foodies like to call nooch. And then just run that bread through the processor for probably about 20-30 seconds, just long enough to get a nice medium crumb. There you go. It looks so good. You can use this breadcrumb recipe on anything. It doesn't have it's really good. It's got just the right amount of salt. I love the dried parsley in it. You could use it on your mac and cheese. Any casserole that calls for seasoned breadcrumbs, throw it on there. Okay, there you go. Look. Ta-da! That didn't take very long, did it? Look at them. They're pretty. Yay! All right, now let's move over to the soy curls. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's my 12-pound bag, Bubba. Yeah. We love soy curls. We don't eat them every day, but I like having them on hand. Can you tell? Okay, so this is soy curl. It's a whole food. It's just dehydrated. It is the soybean dehydrated. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just the soybean. So I'm just measuring out 2 handfuls of soy curls in my bowl. This is how I measure soy curls. Maybe a little pinch, a little more. Doesn't hurt. And then I just throw that giant bag in my second freezer, and they're good. They'll stay great in the freezer for a long time. Okay, back to the soy curls. I'm just gonna cover them with water, not seasoned water, just plain old water, and let that set aside for about 10 minutes or so. Now while that's going, let's move to the cauliflower sauce. This is my favorite part besides the seasoned breadcrumbs. I'm adding a whole bag of frozen cauliflower florets, and then my Better Than Bouillon no chicken base paste, about 2 teaspoons worth. Just eyeball it. You can't go wrong. If you get a little more in there, it'll just be more flavorful. Don't sweat it. And then I need a 1/3 cup of walnuts, or if you have cashews on hand, I know that works. If you can't do nuts, but you can do sunflower seeds, those work too. So any kind of nut that'll add a little fat taste to the sauce would be good. And if you don't want to do any of those, that's okay. Okay, and then we just added a little oregano and some thyme. And then here's my favorite part, because it wouldn't be one of my recipes if I couldn't put some liquid smoke in it. So this time I added apple flavored liquid smoke, just about 3 to 5 drops. Adds a nice smoky flavor to it. And then covered that with 2 cups of water. And just give that a stir just to get the stuff worked in. And then put a lid on that. And we're just going to let that simmer on medium-high heat for about 5 to 8 minutes. And this is a good time to go ahead and get your oven going. My hot water is almost ready to boil, and this is my lazy way. I'm just going to drop some frozen green peas in there. I'm trying to eyeball about 2 cups worth, because we really like green peas in our creamy tetrazzini. And what this does is, because I'm going to use spaghetti doesn't take very long to cook tender, so I'm not going to overcook my green peas. Now here's my little handy tip for the day. You need to tie up your frozen bag. Just use the top of the plastic that you cut off and look, tied in a knot. Look at that. That's genius, baby. Genius. Okay, and then for my pasta, I just break my pasta in half and drop it in the hot water. And that water's still hot, even though I dropped those frozen green peas in there. It's still pretty hot. It'll get the job done. Okay, now let's move back to the soy curls. They've rehydrated. See, they're all flimsy, and there's a lot of water in there. That's okay. Just drain that off. And I'm gonna shred the soy curls. I love doing this. I love shredding my soy curls for practically every recipe where I like to use soy curls. And here's how you do it. You just drop it in your drink blender, and on the lowest setting, on the one, low, you just run it through there for about 5 seconds. That's all it takes. You're not like trying to spin anything. You're just letting those blades shred those curls. Look at that. Looks like shredded chicken, doesn't it? It's awesome. Do that if you ever watch my barbecue soy curls recipe, in that video, I do not shred them, but I highly recommend that you do. That is my favorite. Excuse me. Okay, so just put those in a bowl and move on. Okay, now about this time, I'm halfway through. The pasta is almost ready. The cauliflower, I want to show you here, after about 5 minutes, you know, it's been boiling pretty good. It's tender and ready to move on to its next step. Check it out. I just give the cauliflower a little smash test, and it smashes super easy, so it's ready to go. Look at there. Done. Ta-da! Then you want to move the cauliflower back to your Vitamix blender, and we're just going to blend the cauliflower and nuts and all this stuff, even the liquid, into a creamy sauce. I love this. This is my favorite part too. I got a lot of favorite parts of this recipe, don't I? It's good. I cannot wait for y'all to make this. You're going to be so happy, and your family's going to be so happy. They're going to love you. They'll be like, you're so awesome. Will you have to make this again and again and again? Okay, and then just, look here. See, just pulsed it, maybe like 10 to 20 seconds. Now the cauliflower sauce should be a little runny. If it's not, give it more milk. If you want to make some more chicken broth with the Better Than Bouillon chicken broth, you can do that, or you can give it a splash of milk or water, whatever. You can thin it out, but having it thinner helps us later, okay? So if it's super thick, that's not gonna help you. You want it to be a little thin. Okay, the pasta and the peas were ready. You saw me drain those off. And in that pasta pot, I added the shredded soy curls. And you could do this 2 ways. You could go ahead and pour that cauliflower sauce into the pot and stir it up that way. Or you could dump your pasta and your pasta mixture right into your 9x13 casserole dish. Totally up to you. I recommend this way so you can, spill some more food on the counter. And don't grease your casserole dish. That is not necessary. All right, and here I'm just pour that pasta sauce on. It's good. I don't have a preference. Like sometimes I throw the pasta in the bowl and I do it like this. And sometimes I pour the sauce over the pasta. Then I pour the pasta in the casserole dish. I don't have a set way of doing it. I just do it. Okay, time for the seasoned breadcrumbs. I'm going to use all the breadcrumbs. You know why? Because it's our favorite part. Yeah, man, those breadcrumbs are good because the breadcrumbs are salty, and the onion powder is so good, and the nooch is so good, and it kind of makes it's part of the reason why you want to keep eating it. I just to be honest with you, I just pile it on. I let it become a really thick layer on the top. Oh my gosh, I love it. And you notice I haven't really put a lot of salt in this recipe. So, the saltiness of the breadcrumbs kind of helps. Now, if you feel, when you dive into this and you feel like it needs more salt or more pepper, you just go ahead and add it. That's totally up to you. Everybody tastes food differently, so you make it your own. All right, now I just popped that in the oven, and I think I went 400 degrees, and I'm gonna go 10 minutes. Now, while that's baking, let's dance.
It's like earth.
Oh my goodness. Look at her go. Look at that. Whoa. Oh, only once you can finish. Oh my gosh, look at this girl. My picky eater. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I believe she will eat it all. Look how hot it is. All right, take a bite. Tell them, did I get it right? There you go. Get the food in there. They want to see the food. They're a bunch of weirdos. They're like, is it good?
It's delicious.
Is it awesome?
It's amazing.
Look how much taller you are. Golly. Is it the best tetrazzini you've ever eaten in your entire life?
Nah. It's really good though.
All right. What? Really good though. Yes, it's really the best tetrazzini you've ever eaten in your whole life. You may go. Don't be messing with my base. Mess with my base. You messing with my base. Oh yeah. You got a little bass. That ain't even bass. That's treble right there. That's treble. Get it. Get it.